I tell you what, somebody snuck into this lobby here just as we were going out. I saw the Hylemaniac, David Heileman, last season's champion, make his way into the lobby just in time. Wasn't able to get a qualifying lap in, but he will be competing here tonight. So we are lining up heat race number 1. Looks like we're going to have 3 heat races here tonight. This is a fast one here. Take a look at your starting lineup. The 181 of Brent Hobson on the pole. 008 Cole Newellhoffen to his outside. James Edens in the 26 inside row number 2 with Kendall Tucker, your quick qualifier, to the outside in the 300. Peyton Grease in the 292 and Billy Rowley in the 79 make up row number 3. Aaron Schaefer in the 77 and Michael Klinkelfuss in the 58. And Chris Roberts rounding out your field. Make a quick check. We are taking 4 in this race. So 4 of these drivers will transfer to tonight's main event. Jeffrey Stewart in the Facebook chat. Heileman needs an EOL. Well, he's he's going to start at the very back here. We know how good he is. It's not going to make much of a difference, but so we are going to go green with heat race number 1, 10 laps the distance. Brent Hobson going to give this race life off of turn number 4 right here. Everybody spreading out. 3 wide there, battling for 3rd place. That is Newellhoffen to the outside, trying to find his way around the white car. And Kendall Tucker with a slider there. 3 wide for the race lead, down into turn number 1. Newellhoffen has it on the outside. Kendall Tucker trying to get clear of Hobson so that he can make a run on the race leader. Hobson, a little bit of contact with the cushion there, which shot him down the track. Actually made for a pretty good move there. He's going to slide in front of Tucker, but Tucker coming back. Hobson settling into 3rd now, but Tucker, a little bit out of sorts, is going to open the door once again. James Edens trying to fight his way into this battle, and Billy Rowley is right there as well. Billy in 5th, the odd man out, but now Edens with contact is going to lose a couple of positions. Put Billy Rowley in the transfer spot. Now he's under fire from Peyton Grease, running in 5th. Tucker seemed to back up there to Hobson. Here comes, go! Problems! Kendall Tucker in the outside retaining wall. That's going to collect Billy Rowley, and I do believe James Edens as well. Tucker with a solo effort, finding the outside retaining wall and flipping in front of these drivers. Rowley making contact there. Edens nowhere to go on the gas. I do believe that's a lot of damage there for James Edens. Nosed that car off, but he's still out there. For those of you not familiar with iRacing, which I don't know how in the world we would have caught any of you, but we will talk about meatballs from time to time. What we mean by that is a damage flag where you are black flagged to the pits because your car is too damaged and needs repair, and you have a 3-lap counter before you are disqualified to where you have to heed that flag. We did learn that if the race ends before that 3 laps is up, you get to hold your position, however. So that is something to keep track of. Lights out on the race truck. We're going to go green this time. Cole Newellhoffen out front. Brent Hobson, Peyton Grease, and Billy Rowley, actually, is the man in the transfer spot, the final one, in 4th. So he had that contact, but when the yellow come out, he was in the position. So we're going to see if Edens can make a move on him. He's 5th. Green flag is out. We've got 2 green flag laps racing yet. Back up here, Billy Rowley on Peyton Grease with the slide job. Little bit of contact. That gives Edens a run on the outside. Edens has got the position for 4th, and he's going to take 3rd as well. Grease now on the inside. He's going to slide in front of Rowley. Rowley's going to try to duck back under, nearly making contact with Chris Roberts. Not sure if that car is hurt or not, but Billy working the bottom, and Grease on the outside. Going to take that position. Heat race number 1 in the books. Newhoffen, your race winner. Hobson, Edens, and Peyton Grease moving on to the main event. Laps going quickly here at Eldora in non-wing competition. Some sort of input issue, I'm sure, there for Brett Strickler. Very unfortunate, because he is now beached on the infield tires coming out of the pits. I'm guessing he's trying to get some help there from David Heileman. See if he's able to get off those tires. That's unfortunate. Brett Strickler, who was starting on the pole for this race, I'm sure there was some sort of issue with his wheel or pedals that caused him to go, and he found himself on top of those tires, and he's now out of this race. Your starting lineup: on the inside in the 71, John Lepresto on the pole, Rusty Kruger to the outside, the 4 of Don Hunter, and Blake Cannon to his outside. Then it will be John Lowe and Jeremy Zarfos, and rounding out your field, your defending champion in the 360 Wingless Spring Series, David Heileman. We're going green this time. Lepresto leading them down. Great jump there. Kruger under fire from Blake Cannon, who's right on his tail. He's going to go to the middle of the track. Cannon to the top. Here comes Heileman in the 49, making his way forward. We are taking 4 to the main event. 5th will have to go to the B main. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. Right now, that odd man is David Heileman, trying to find his way around the 4 of David Hunter. Heileman working the bottom. Hunter just trying to hold him down. You don't want to make any mistakes and give somebody a run. Eldora is slide job heaven when you do that. Might have been a little bit of a bobble there, though, for Hunter. Here comes the slide job from Heileman. He's got the spot. Give him 4th place. Hunter's going to try to battle back. But it looks like Heileman's going to clear him down the backstretch and set his sights on the 3rd place car, which right now is Rusty Kruger. John Lepresto in the lead, getting a slide job from Blake Cannon, who hits the cushion. Loses that position back there on the backstretch, but now he's going to be on the high side with all the momentum. What can he do off of 4? Lepresto getting sideways. Those 2 cars made contact. That gave the position and the race lead to Rusty Kruger in the 5. Kruger now out front. Blake Cannon 2nd. Lepresto 3rd. David Heileman, actually, while we were watching that, had some sort of an issue. I do believe he is off track now. So from 4th, David Heileman now to the pits. He's going to have to go through the alphabet soup to try and make this race. Don Hunter is the man in the transfer spot right now as we work lap 8. Going to go back to the race lead because Blake Cannon is putting some fire on Rusty Kruger. Now the slide job into turn 3. Looking at the white flag this time. Rusty Kruger back to the bottom, sliding up in front of the 44 of Cannon. Cannon now looking for the over-under. He's got that 5-car clear. Can Kruger put another slide job on? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Give heat race number 2 to Blake Cannon. Second place to Rusty Kruger. John Lepresto will end up in 4th, actually, because Don Hunter will come home 3rd. I do believe that was a scoring error. I think Hunter was 4th and Lepresto 3rd there. Heat race number 3 coming up in just a moment. Quiet on the Twitch stream, no kidding. I think we're set at the same sound settings we had last night. Maybe I'm just not as crazy as I was last night. Is that it? Heat race number 3 on track now. This is the final heat race of the evening. 4 cars will transfer to tonight's main event. Braden Eiler in the 005 and Brad Faria on the front row. James Tiernan and Anthony Leprestro in row number 2. Todd Brent and Jeffrey Stewart, row number 3. And Shea Paulo and Randy Hannigan rounding out your field in row number 4. We are having some good racing here tonight, Aaron. The Midgets put on a heck of a show, and we are now in the Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games Wingless 360 Sprint Series. And we're getting ready to go green with heat race number 3. Braden Eiler gonna give this race life. 10 laps to distance, top 4 to the A main. Eiler with a great jump there. That's gonna allow James Tiernan to follow him through in front of Faria, who's going to have to try to hold off Lepresto down the backstretch. Lepresto on the high side, Faria to the inside. Right now, give that spot to the 57 of Lepresto. Jeffrey Stewart trying to make a move there on Mason Hannigan. Those guys trying to catch this battle here. Faria is the man in the final transfer spot, but contact between Hannigan and Faria sends Faria around. Caution flag is out. Let's see if we can back it up a little bit. So he's into the fence, and then Hannigan comes into the frame, costing Faria some positions there. That's unfortunate because he was in a transfer spot before he made contact with the wall there. And now he is all the way back in 8th. Braden Eiler out front, Tiernan 2nd, Lepresto 3rd, and now the transfer spot goes to Mason Hannigan. Jeffrey Stewart in 5th, going to be looking to make a move around him and find his way into the A main. Anybody looking to do some dirt racing on iRacing, you are more than welcome to join the multitude of leagues that DOB has. Be sure to search Dirty Old Bastards in the iRacing League directory. Chris Roberts is the admin of the league. You can request to join the league, and then he will accept your request. If you want to give this stuff a shot, Braden Eiler with the green flag going to take and start lap number 6 here. Tiernan trying to hang with him, not letting him get away. Anthony Lepresto right behind him. And the transfer battle starting to heat up. Jeffrey Stewart trying to find some speed there to make a move on Mason Hannigan. But Hannigan is actually a little farther forward now. We've got a race for the lead. Braden Eiler with the slide job back out front, but Tiernan's not giving up. He's going to put the slider on in 1 and 2. Eiler on the cushion. He's got the momentum. Can he make another move down the backstretch? Hard into turn number 3. Eiler's going to slide up to the cushion. Tiernan now ducking under. Lepresto right there, just waiting for his opportunity around these guys. 2 laps left in this race. Tiernan now able to clear, but here comes Eiler with another slide job. What can Tiernan do here? He's going to duck under, looking at the white flag. Now, here comes Lepresto trying to find his way into this battle. Tiernan on the high side. Lepresto in second right now, holding Eiler off. Here comes Lepresto for the race lead. Tiernan hits the wall. Lepresto to the lead. Eiler to the bottom. Braden Eiler's going to win this race. Anthony Lepresto second. James Tiernan third. And Mason Hannigan will get that final transfer spot in fourth. Tiernan and his teammate having a little fun there on the backstretch, but I do believe he's going to be upset with that. He had the race in hand, and a little bit of contact with the wall there in 3 and 4 ended up costing him what would have been an inside second row starting spot in the A main feature. Now he's going to have to come from the back of the A main, and he's not going to be happy with that. We talked about last night the 360s in competition. One position in the top 4 in the heat race was a difference of 5 positions in the feature. So one position in that heat race can mean so much to your chances in doing well in these events. So the fact that Tiernan went from first to third on the final corner is an extremely frustrating thing for him to swallow, I'm sure. So we are getting ready to go green with the C main here tonight. Gonna check real quick. It is 2 cars that will transfer into the B main here tonight, so only 2 cars gonna move on. Right now, Aaron Schaefer, David Heileman in those spots on the front row. Brett Strickler, who had that trouble in the heat race and didn't get to run, is going to be to the inside of Michael Klinkelfuss, and Todd Brandt and Kendall Tucker rounding out your field. Shea Paulo and Schuler Brown unable to make the call here for the C main. 10 laps the distance. We're taking 2. And we're going green right here as Aaron Schaefer leads them down. Good start for Schaefer, and actually a good start for Brett Strickler as well, who's going to work the inside of David Heileman. Here comes Kendall Tucker into the picture. Boy, this is going to be a race for the transfer right here. 2 cars able to move on, and we've got 4 or 5 cars that are very, very quick right there battling for it. Right now it's Kendall Tucker looking to the outside of Heileman, trying to find his way forward. Heileman wants to get around Schaefer to give him a little bit of a buffer because he knows he is under fire from the 300 of Tucker. Swindell Speed Labs driver doing everything he can to try and make this position. Here comes Heileman for the race lead. Slide job, and he's cleared him by a long way. Big move there for David Heileman, who takes over the race lead here in the C main. Schaefer now under fire. He's going to catch the wall and upside down, spinning around. Is he able to gather it up? He's going to nose into the inside wall, and we are yellow on the track. Going to back it up here, instant replay. Schaefer coming out of turn 2, just touching that cushion the wrong way, unable to keep that right front out of the fence down the backstretch. And that is going to cost him positions all the way back to 6th from 2nd place. He had the transfer in hand, and he has parked it as well, so maybe too much damage on that car to continue. So the real winner of that exchange right there is the 300 of Kendall Tucker, who is now in a transfer position to move on to the main. We talk about 2 drivers advancing from the C, but once you get to the B, it was 8 that transfer into the A main. So, very important to get through this race, and then it's a little easier to make the main itself. So it's David Heilemann and Kendall Tucker. Brett Strickler is going to be the guy looking to make a move around Tucker here on this restart. Don't count out Klinkelfuss, however. He's going to be right there. Todd Brandt as well in the 112. 5 cars left in this race. Only 2 will continue. We're going to have 3 green flag laps of racing action to determine who moves on. Here we go. David Heilemann giving him green. Kendall Tucker's trying to stay close. He is under fire from Brett Strickler. We saw the 58 of Klinkelfuss spinning in the rear. Let's see if he gets off the track before the yellow. No, he does not. I think there was an accident there with Brett Strickler after the yellow come out too. Oh, actually, hit the wrong button here. See if we can go to an instant replay. Finding his way into the fence was Brett Strickler there. So that will be that for the C main. Final lap under yellow. David Heilemann will move on to the B main. Kendall Tucker as well. Heilemann had 5 wins last season in the Wingless 360 Sprint competition. But he's doing it the hard way here tonight. Missed qualifying. Had trouble in the heat race. So he's got to make his way through the C. He's done that, and now all he's got to do is find himself in the top 8 spots in the B main, which is no easy feat, that's for sure. Really rough night for Strickler, who was going to start on the pole in his heat race and had that issue that found him beached on those tires. Well, here we go with the B main. 8 drivers will transfer, and this is what's funny about this. Sometimes it works out a little weird on iRacing, but there's only 8 cars in this race. Now, like we said before, everybody's going to transfer in this bad boy, but where they start in the feature is determined by where they finish in this race right here. So these guys are going to run as hard as humanly possible, knowing that they're going to make the feature and they have the opportunity to start a little farther up. 3 heat races that transferred 4 means that the top 12 positions are already set. So the winner of the B main will start in 13th position here once they get to the A. On the pole for the B main, 12 laps the distance. It is the 79 of Billy Rowley. Wicked Energy car, Team SETI. To the outside, Jeremy Zarfos in the 51. Inside row number 2, it is Jeffrey Stewart in the 072 and Chris Roberts in the 93. John Lowe inside row number 3 with Brad Faria to the outside. And rounding out your field, it is David Heilemann in the KKR Racing 49 and Kendall Tucker in the Spindell Speed Labs machine. We're going green this time for 12 laps. Everybody transfers, but we're going to find out where they start in the A main right here. Billy Rowley with a really, really good jump there. He's bringing Jeffrey Stewart along with him. You can see these cars fanning out behind them. We're going to hang close with Lowe, who is the meat of the sandwich there. Look at Heilemann making the move on Roberts. He's already got 3 positions, looking for a 4th. And problems for Heilemann. He's going to spin in front of the field. Roberts and Faria in that melee as well. That car's got to be toast. Heilemann drives away to make a couple of positions there. You want to make sure that you're done in front of the other cars. I caught a little bit of that. This is the instant replay right here. David Heilemann is going to go into turn 1 and make contact with the inside retaining wall, which spins him in front of Robertson Faria. Wild ride for Faria there. Goodness gracious. We saw that in the midget race. And I do believe that Mr. Heilemann will be laughing a little bit at that one. That pit wall does seem to stick out a little bit. If you're running the bottom, you want to try to stay as close as you possibly can. So you come close to that wall so that you can duck into the wall to the inside of turns 1 and 2. But sometimes it does not work out for you. And sometimes it's a little embarrassing because of it. So Billy Rowley, Jeremy Zarfos, Jeffrey Stewart, Kendall Tucker, your top 4, John Lowe. Chris Roberts is actually off the track, so only 5 cars left. 6 cars left in this race, actually. So we're going to see what happens here. Nearly to the halfway point. Going to go green this time by. Zarfos going to be looking to make a move on Rally here. We'll see if he can get a little better start than he had on the initial race start. Not exactly what he was looking for. Billy Rowley makes a pretty good gap. Jeffrey Stewart now looking to the inside of Zarfos, but it's the outside that's going to cost him. Kendall Tucker around the 51 car on the high side, holding that momentum. And he sets his sights on the 84 Billy Rowley, looking for a slide job going into turn 1. Rowley telegraphed it. He's going to try to pick him off on the inside, going back down the backstretch and into turn 3. Tucker has the momentum on the high side. 1 car upside down. That's Zarfos in the rear of the field. We'll see if we stay green here. We're going to stay with the race lead. Rowley has got it back. And Kendall Tucker in second has lost a little bit of ground. We are still green now. Rowley into the fence. Tucker into the fence. Rowley can't get off of it. Tucker was able to clear himself. We said that these guys were going to be a little more aggressive in this race because they know that everybody is already qualified for the race. We have seen quite a bit of action here in the B main. We are watching Rowley, who is in 4th right now. Kendall Tucker is the man out front. Let's get in the cockpit, see what he's seeing here for the final 2 laps. You can hear that lifting on the throttle. He's a little bit out of it going into the corner, wants to make smooth contact with that cushion and not hop it and find his way into the wall. He saw the white flag that time. Kendall Tucker, 2 corners left, and he's got a win here in the B main, and will start 13th in the feature. Coming off the final corner, Kendall Tucker takes the win. 2nd place goes to John Lowe, 3rd place to Jeffrey Stewart, and 4th place to the 79 of Billy Rowley. Two-minute warm-up, hitting the track right now. Hanging loose a little bit, seeing who comes out with an early, quick lap here. 1 car upside down. I think that's the 4 of Don Hunter. Appreciate everybody staying up late with us. Almost 1:30 here in rural Indiana. But we are racing at the Eldora Speedway on iRacing live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. The Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games Wingless 360 Sprint Car Series. Dirty Old Bastards League. Kendall Tucker with the fastest lap of this warm-up session so far. Blake Cannon in second place. 40 seconds left here. These guys try to get a feel for this track. Maybe have a little bit of fun, test out the outside retaining wall a little bit. Mason Hannigan with the fourth quickest time right now. Fast line looks to be on top, but it is pretty thin. He's going to try out that bottom as well, see what kind of opportunities he has if he needs to make a pass. Blake Cannon turning in a pretty good lap as well. And that is the end of our warm-up session. These drivers will make a few adjustments to make sure that their cars are set exactly to their liking. And we're going to go 35 laps of racing action at the Eldora Speedway. Everybody on the DOB Facebook page, in the Twitch chat, how you doing? Are you ready for this one? Race 2 last night gave us some wild and woolly action. Not sure we're going to see this one go green to checker, though. Caution flag laps will not count. Now waiting on the 93 of Chris Roberts, who actually is not going to make the call to the grid. Chris, of course, the admin of the league. So he is not going to participate in the feature here tonight. But we're going to have 35 laps. Cole Newhoffen on the pole with Blake Cannon to the outside. Braden Eiler and Brent Hobson in row number 2. Rusty Kruger, Anthony Lepresto, row number 3. Edens and John Lepresto in row number 4. James Tiernan, Peyton Greaves rounding out your top 10. Don Hunter, Randy Hannigan, Kendall Tucker, John Lowe, Jeffrey Stewart, Billy Rowley, Brad Feria, Jeremy Zarfos, and our defending series champion, David Heileman, starting tail end Charlie in this race. Let's keep an eye on him, see how much he can charge through this field. Cole Newhoffen gonna lead him down. We're going green off of turn number 4. Non-wing sprint cars at the Eldora Speedway. 35 laps on tap. We're ready for some fun. And we have already got a caution, couple cars in the wall. That was after the caution was out, however. Let's get a look here at the instant replay. Lowe goes into turn number 1. A little bit of contact there with the 84 of Billy Rowley. That sends Lowe around. And he is actually exited to the pits. Not sure if he sustained some damage, or maybe there was an issue there, but that's going to be it for John Lowe. Do believe that Billy Rowley took responsibility for that caution. They will ask the drivers to claim it, where they will take an end-of-line penalty and go to the rear of the field because they were involved in the caution. There are penalties involved for drivers that do not claim cautions and are deemed to be at fault for the caution themselves. And the DOB has a 3-strike rule, which will knock you out of competition if you get into these melees and do not own up to them afterwards. So, move Billy Rowley to the tail. Lowe is in the pits, but Cole Newhoffen is out front. 1 lap complete in this race. 34 more to go. We're going green this time. Newhoffen, Cannon, Eiler, Hobson, and Kruger, your top 5. Good start. You can see Kruger there on the bottom trying to make some waves. James Eden's up there as well. He's going to look to put a slide job on Eiler, who finds a little bit of the outside retaining wall. Looks like Tiernan is back there as well, making contact with the turn 3 wall. We got ourselves a race for the lead. Look at Blake Cannon taking it away from Newhoffen, but Newhoffen's not giving up. Slider brings it back. Cannon now. They're 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes James Edens. He's going to pass both of these drivers going into turn number 1. Can he hold them off? They're fanning out once more. Newhoffen to the inside, takes it back. Here comes Cannon. He's going to slide, make contact with Newhoffen. That opens the door for Edens and brings Braden Eiler into this race. Getting a little crazy here in the early going of the Wingless 360 Series race. Oh, Eiler into the wall and upside down. Contact with Tiernan in another car. That's the 292 of Grease also getting a little bit of contact there. Eiler's car is toast. See what happens here. Rusty Kruger dives to the bottom. Eiler just gets a little loose, and that car never took a set, sliding up into the outside retaining wall and costing him his night. Eiler was running 5th at the time. That's an unfortunate turn of events there. Now, as the yellow came out, it was James Edens in the 26th in the lead. Blake Cannon in the 44 is 2nd. 3rd place will belong to Cole Newhoffen, Rusty Kruger in 4th, and Anthony Lepresto in 5th. Now, let's take a look here. We talked about our defending champion starting last in this field. From 19th, he is already up to 10th in that KKR 49. So keep an eye there. David Heileman is leading a charge through this field. No, and let's not forget right there, look in 9th, Kendall Tucker. He was back there as well. So Kendall Tucker making his way through the field. Looks like race control saying that the white flag lap will come out on lap 41. So we will be working 29 laps to go here. Edens giving him green. Good start for Newhoffen, who's going to look to make a move on the inside of Blake Cannon in turn number 1. He makes the slider stick, but here comes Cannon right back on the inside. Rusty Kruger trying to find his way into this battle. Doing quite good job of it, too. Here comes Anthony Lepresto in the 57. A little bit of a slip there for Newhoffen. Backs those guys up, but he's able to clear Cannon with a little bit of contact. Cannon into the turn 3 wall. He's backing up right now. Lepresto looking to the inside of him. James Tiernan starting to hone in on these guys. Kruger got a little loose through the slick. Man, this track is very tricky for these guys right now. They're trying to slide up to the cushion to make sure that they don't end up in the fence, but it's just a dangerous proposition driving through that slick. Let's get on board with the Hylamaniac right now. He is up to 7th. We saw him on the bottom that last lap through 3 and 4, but now he's rim riding on the top, coming up on the rear of Tiernan and the 44 of Cannon. Slider from Tiernan. Heileman ducks under him, give him 6th spot. That car is hooked up. Not a whole lot of lifting being done behind the wheel of that 49. Gonna get back out looking at a 3-wide battle right there. Lepresto squeezing Cannon into the fence. Cannon once again finding more of that turn 3 wall. David Heilemann now with the slide job on Lepresto and Kruger. Wow, he had to give Kruger room there. Could have been real bad real quick. You saw him lift out of that, and that saved Heilemann for the moment. A little bit of contact there, but he's still going. So let's reset here. Ooh, big slide job there. 44 a cannon trying to get around Lepresto. Those guys battling it out there for that top 5 position. We're going to go forward, take a look at James Edens. He's got quite a lead there built up over second spot. Working the middle of the racetrack there through 1 and 2. It is Cole Newhoffen in second right now. Trying to do anything he can, change the line a little bit to make moves to go forward. Heilemann now with the slide job around Kruger. Kruger's going to work back around him and take third. But Heilemann all the way to the bottom of the racetrack takes it back. Wide margin there. I don't think Kruger's going to be able to fight back without a mistake from Heilemann, and he's not one to make many. So give David Heilemann third spot. Rusty Kruger in fourth. 5th place right now, belonging to the 57 of Anthony Lepresto, who's trying to reel Kruger in there in the 5. This race is becoming more and more spread out. James Tiernan in 6th. Ooh, Heilemann into the fence. He's able to gather it up without losing a position, but he lost some time there. I think Heilemann really needs a caution right now. He'd like a little bit of a reset to have a shot at that 11 car and then start to run down the 26 of Edens. Not been an easy race for Edens, but he was able to get out front early and parlay that into a pretty sizable lead. Heilemann working back around Kruger once more. See if he's able to hold that gap down the backstretch. Lap traffic now coming up for our race leader, James Edens. Everybody trying to stay to the bottom of the track. We'll give the leader the outside. Looks like Chris Roberts did make the call for this race. We thought he was going to miss it, but he's out there running 18th right now. Next car to go a lap down to Edens, who is on a rail on the top of the track. You can see Newhoffen trying to find his way through the lap traffic that Edens was. And we got a caution on the track. This is exactly what Edens did not want to see. I am not sure where that caution was at all. One of these days I'll learn how to work these things, I promise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reset has happened. James Edens had a huge lead that has now been turned to basically nothing. Second place, Cole Newhoffen is going to restart right on the back bumper of the 26. David Heilemann in the 49 has made his way from 19th to 3rd. Lap cars making way now. They'll be put on the tail of the field, giving us all the guys racing together right next to each other. Race control calling lap 44 as the lap that we will see the white flag waved. 1 till green this time by, so we will take green on lap 31, giving us 13 laps left. Let's see what Heilemann can do here. James Edens going to bring him down off of turn number 4. Cole Newhoffen second. And the 49 of Heilemann all the way from the back trying to make his charge end in victory lane. Kruger with a big slide job there. He's trying to make his way around the 49. That's going to cost him 4th to the 57 of Lepresto. Heilemann now working on second place. Newhoffen going to take a shot at Edens out in the race lead. He's down at the bottom of the track. Will that give Heilemann a chance at him here going into turn 3? Nothing yet. Here comes James Tiernan with the slide job. Going to push up into the 57. Looks like Lepresto able to gather it up. Ooh, Newhoffen and Edens with contact at the front of the field. That brings Rusty Kruger into the picture. A little bit of ghosting action there, so no big contact or problems. Kruger's going to hit the fence. Newhoffen goes under him to the race lead, and Kruger has crashed in turn 3. Caution flag is out. We're going to have to see who was leading this race when that happened. Here was Kruger, who was leading the race going into the 3rd corner, making contact with the outside retaining wall. Heilemann giving him a little shove. And that car comes to a rest at the exit of turn 4. So you go from the race lead in turn 3 to 13th place when you exit turn 4. Not exactly what Rusty Kruger was looking for on that lap. So, when the caution flag waved, it was Cole Newhoffen who was leading this race. James Edens in 2nd, David Heilemann in 3rd, and James Tiernan in 4th. 5th place belongs to the 300 of Kendall Tucker, and we have moved the white flag lap to lap 47. Should get the 1 till green this time, which means we'll restart on lap 38, giving us 9 laps left to complete in this race. Edens probably not super happy with Newhoffen. There was a little bit of contact there when Newhoffen made his move for the race lead. But he's going to have a shot at him right here. Newhoffen's going to lead him down off of turn number 4. We'll see what kind of a jump he can get. He needs to make some space on Edens. And he's not gonna. Edens had a really good start there. Tiernan making a slide job on Heilemann. Not going to stick. The 49's got a lot of steam coming. Dives to the inside to make a move on the 26. Tiernan into the fence. Heilemann's going to make that slide job stick. Here comes Edens back going into turn number 1. Nearly into the inside wall. He's going to stay at the bottom of the track. See if he can find some moisture. But I do believe, wow, he really did. Held that position well. James Edens, thinking he's found something down there, is going to stay at the bottom. Doesn't work as well for him through 3 and 4. David Heilemann's going to take that spot. And now Edens with a little bit of a slip. He's trying everything he can, but we got a race for the lead. David Heilemann with the slide job on Newhoffen, and he makes it work. Newhoffen now has to do something here in turn 1. He's going to slide in front of the 49 Heilemann down to the bottom of the racetrack. Can he clear him down the back? He does. But Newhoffen want to trade one more time, and he's going to hit the nose of the 49. Tiernan into the 49 as well. That pushes Heilemann back to 4th. I don't know. Oh, and then Kendall Tucker, the recipient of a right rear from Heilemann, who was trying to get his way back to the top of the track. We're going to back it up here. Tucker is on his lid and is done for the evening. You can see Heilemann. We're going to back it up once more. Heilemann, after the contact there, trying to get back to the top of the track, puts the slider on Tucker, just unable to clear him. And Tucker upside down and out of this race. So, the question is, yeah, David Heilemann has parked it as well. David Heilemann is in the pits. I do believe he was going to take an end-of-line penalty. And he might have had some damage off of that too. There was a good amount of contact out there. But Mr. Heileman has parked it in the infield. Cole Newhoffen, I don't know how many friends he's made in this race. He's had contact with Edens. He's had contact with Heileman. But you don't need very many friends when you are... Oh! Into the pits is Newhoffen. I think we might see a rough driving call here. I don't see any other reason why that Newhoffen car would be parked. But like we said, he made contact with 2 drivers and is now in the pits from the race lead. Might have to get clarification after the race on that, but wow. The guy who is now in the right spot, James Tiernan, is your race leader. Tiernan, your winner of race 2 last night. Restarting in the lead. He's on the high side. Let's see if he can hold that position on Edens. He does. Edens got a great start, but Tiernan was able to parlay that. Ooh, now problems for Tiernan in turn 3. Edens coming up to his rear. And Edens is going to be able to make that pass stick. Tiernan into the fence, losing some time, but he's still fighting back. Now contact once again between the lead cars. Edens a little out of shape, but Tiernan not giving up. I do believe that lap 50 will be our white flag lap. I don't have confirmation from race control, but I think that's what we're looking at. James Tiernan out front in this race, looking for his second win in as many days. We've seen a lot of contact, going to be a lot of hurt feelings after this race, but the guy in victory lane doesn't have to worry about that. Anthony Lepresto trying to make his way forward. I do believe we're looking at the white flag this time by. Tiernan in the lead. Lepresto right behind him. And that is the 22 of Mason Hannigan trying to fight his way into this as well. All 3 of these drivers right at the top of the track. 2 corners left for Tiernan to take another win in DOB competition. Here he comes off of turn number 4. James Tiernan with the victory in the DOB Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games Wingless 360 Sprint Series. That's going to be one happy man in victory lane. He got his first DOB win last night. Parlays that confidence into a win here. Now, there was a few circumstances that brought that into the fold. But, fact of the matter is, James Tiernan has a 1 next to his name and is going down as the race winner. Second place, Anthony Lepresto, parked on the front straightaway. And Mason Hannigan in the 022 is going to be scored with 3rd. We're going to get these boys in Discord, have a chance to talk to everybody. Boy, I tell you what, it was a wild one. A lot of contact out there. A lot of question marks, probably some hurt feelings. But like always, the DOB delivers an exciting race for us to watch here. Getting close to midnight Eastern time. Appreciate everybody staying up late with us. Going to get some interviews going here shortly. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to Chris Roberts about the Newhoffen incidents. I do believe that he was asked to park it in the pits. I can't confirm that, but we'll see if we can get confirmation. Currently awaiting the arrival of the race winner, and he is here. James Tiernan in victory lane for the second night here at the beginning of the DOB season. How do you feel,
races, buddy? One of these races I'm going to win on my own merit. I've been so lucky these past 2 days. I'm going to be honest with you. The midget race, I was less lucky. I think I definitely got some karma going on. As soon as I get a bad midget race or something, it'll eventually swing back to something that'll be completely out of my control and kind of put me in a good position. So,
well, that's kind of been the theme of the last 2 nights. We've been talking about it. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You had a good car. We seen you into the fence a couple of times there in turn 3. But all of a sudden, when hell broke loose, you were the guy that was able to part the waters and find himself at the start on the final restart there.
Yeah, I towards the end there, I think I had the cushion figured out a lot better than I did earlier in the race, and my car definitely was really good on that kind of really top stuff. As you saw, I kind of reeled up the leaders back again. I think I was definitely one of the quick guys at the very end, so I definitely think I could have got like at least top 3 without the whole, Heilemann and Cole, Neuhaufen. Sorry if I butchered your name, but my heart goes out to him. That sucks. He was pretty much, had the lead of the race the entire time, and then having that happen, you truly do hate to see it.
Yeah, we were looking at that, and we saw him pull in. Not sure, was that a call from race control for him to find the pits, or was that actual damage?
That was a meatball.
Okay, so yeah, the contact there. We saw contact between him and a couple of the other drivers, and eventually it just bit him there towards the end of the race. But, Jimbo, you are the man in victory lane 2 nights in a row. That's got to feel good. And we know that you are more of a non-wing driver. That's what you feel like is your best league here. So is this going to propel you on to bigger and better things? Are we going to be chasing that championship? You think you can get her done at the end of the season?
I'd love to, and this is a hell of a start for two kind of organizations, or leagues. But I'm going to be off on vacation, just doing all kinds of racing stuff, or not racing stuff, but going to watch races. So I'm going to be absent for a lot of these. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be in contention for the championship, but I'm sure as hell going to go for as many wins as.
Well, if you're going for as many wins as possible, it's good to start with 1 in the win column after race number 1. So congratulations, James Tiernan. Another win in DOB competition, and it was fun to watch you out there, buddy.
The Elbows Up TV, there's definitely something going on that's a little fishy. I don't know how I keep getting this handed to me the ways I do, but I'm starting to smell something old. But
pulling the strings behind the scenes, huh?
Absolutely. But I'd like to thank a couple people. I'd like to thank Elbows Up TV for sponsoring my car again. I'm glad I can get this into the victory lane, just bringing out this paint scheme, so that's another cool one. I'd also like to thank Dude Wipes. When you want to make your move, be sure to clean your groove with Dude. And really, I'd just like to thank Wicked Cushion and DOB for putting the stuff on. And I'd also like to thank you, AJ. Yes, you, for putting on excellent broadcasts, because you're definitely making it one hell of a show and way more entertaining. So thank you.
I appreciate that. You guys sure make it easy on me. I have a lot of fun watching, and when you guys are putting on a show like that, it makes it all worthwhile. So congratulations, buddy, and we'll see you tomorrow night, I guess.
Yeah, that's the plan. So I'll see you then, man.
All right, so we got Mason Hannigan. Going to pull him into the broadcast booth. Mason, are you with us, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we saw you kind of at the, let's see, we were more in the rear of the field there to start this race, but you made your way forward and found yourself in the top 3 at the end of this deal. How does it feel to make that charge and come out looking pretty good at the end?
Pretty good. I got myself stuck in a sticky situation there at the beginning, and kind of fell back, and I kept hitting the wall a lot up in the cushion, and I started to figure it out. And on that final restart, we got bunched up, and I was able to get a runner on the top of the guys that run the bottom and middle, and got up to 4th, I think, or third, and then was actually able to pull off a top 3. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, and we saw that, a top 3 in conditions like this is nothing to shake a stick at, because we saw a lot of guys finding the right rear into the outside retaining wall, and you could see guys, they kind of want to slide up into the cushion so they didn't hop it and cause themselves more problems. But when you're doing that, obviously the slickness of this racetrack and how DOB the track continues on through the night makes it real complicated to find your angles and keep yourself out of the wall on this track.
Yeah, it's a lot of throttle control, honestly, and then making sure you don't bike the car. With these cars, you don't have wings, so you can bike them a lot easier. And then there's a little bit of a actual cushion where you could bounce off of it and get some drive, and it was really good.
Well, it was fun watching you charge through the field. Definitely had a fast car all night, even fast midget there for a little bit as well. So we're glad that we got to watch you make that charge, and congratulations and good luck going forward in the season.
Yeah, thank you. Finally got a good start to the season, hopefully, and I gotta thank Rockstar Productions, Wicked Cushion, Team Suddy, um, Brown and Miller Racing Solutions, Randy Hannigan Racing, and you for broadcasting this.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us. I don't think we're going to get to talk to Mr. Lepresto. It is pretty late, heck. He might have went to bed. You never know. But I appreciate you guys coming up and talking to us.
Yep.